Alycats, any viewers. So, is there a daredevil-sized hole in your life? Can you not find anything funnier than Orange is the New Black? Is nothing gripping you as much as House of Cards? Well, you're in luck because I'm a nerd who has no life and I've watched a bunch of TV shows. And I'm totally gonna recommend 10 shows that you should binge watch. Most of these shows are available to stream on Netflix unless otherwise stated. Let's get started. First up, if you love murder mysteries like I do, you should definitely check out The Killing. The Killing stars Mireille Enos as Detective Sarah Linden, and Detective Linden is about to move to San Francisco with her fiance. She's about to quit her job as a detective, and then one day she and her new partner, Detective Holder, played by Joel Kinnaman, who is just absolutely dreamy, they stumble across the body of a teenage girl named Rosie Larson, and throughout the first 2 seasons they're trying to figure out who murdered Rosie Larson, and they interview a bunch of people, her family, her friends, her ex-boyfriends, local politicians. They're trying to figure out who murdered this girl, and it's just full of twists and emotions, and it's so well acted and well written. This show definitely deserved way more praise and views than it got. It had a very turbulent history. It was cancelled and brought back several times. It is so well worth it. This show, I couldn't even watch anything else for a while after I watched The Killing just because it was so amazing. So if you love mysteries, if you love murder mysteries specifically, definitely check out The Killing. The next show I have to recommend, which is in the same vein of the murder mystery genre, is Luther. Luther stars Idris Elba, which, come on, Idris Elba is amazing. You should watch anything he's in. Anyway, Idris Elba is John Luther. John Luther is a detective in London, and pretty much every episode in the first season is focused on a different homicide that he has to solve. He also deals with a lot of psychological issues. He's divorcing his wife, he falls in love with another woman, and you see how these different emotions take its toll on him. And seeing his methods for solving these murders, they're not exactly PC. The job done, he's brilliant. And I definitely recommend this show. It is very gory, and it is very dark, but if you like that kind of stuff, definitely check out Luther. It's definitely worth your watch. Next up, another murder mystery, you're seeing a pattern here, and you're probably concerned about me, is Broadchurch. Broadchurch stars David Tennant, which, oh my gosh, David Tennant. And David Tennant plays a detective who has just moved to a small town in England from Scotland, and he had a checkered past in this past town. He screwed up a case. A small boy named Danny has been found dead on the beach. They're trying to decide if it's a homicide or if it was a suicide or something else. And they're investigating all these different people in the town. And every episode, new shocking allegations come up, and it's just so well written, so well acted. It's just amazing. And the showrunner of Broadchurch is going to be the new showrunner of Doctor Who. So that tells you something about how amazing the show is, and they're going to start filming its 3rd season soon, so definitely check out Broadchurch. It's well worth your time. The next show I have to recommend is actually a comedy, thank the Lord, and that is BOJACK Horseman. BOJACK Horseman is a cartoon about an anthropomorphic horse who used to be a sitcom star who has now fallen from grace, thinking about in Hollywood as a washed-up actor, and you see how his life has devolved into basically a cycle of drugs and sex and booze. It's actually a very well written show. It's very funny in my opinion, and I just love it. Even though it's kind of weird to see animals hooking up with humans in this show, it's fantastic, and it's very mature. It's not a cartoon for children, but if you're mature enough to handle it, which, I mean, it's got a lot of immature humor in it, definitely check out BOJACK Horseman if you're looking for a laugh with a side of smart satirical humor. The next show I have to recommend is Jane the Virgin. Jane the Virgin is actually a very smart, heartwarming comedy. Jane the Virgin is exactly what it sounds like. It's about a girl named Jane Gloriana Villanueva who is a virgin, and she accidentally gets artificially inseminated from this amazingly beautiful man, and she has to have his baby and she's never had sex. And you see how this takes its effect on her family, her fiance, the baby daddy. It has such wonderful themes about family and love. It's very heartwarming, very funny, very emotional, and it just hits all the feels, and it's so well done. I love Gina Rodriguez. She's just freaking adorable, and she's an amazing actress. The next show I have to recommend is From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. I actually prefer the series over the movie, but I saw the series first. And of course, the series is based on the film, so the first season pretty much follows the film closely, and then it diverges the second season. But if you don't know what From Dusk Till Dawn is about, it's about the Gecko brothers, Seth and Richie. They are some of the most wanted criminals on the run currently. They've just robbed a bank in Abilene and taken a teller hostage, and then they blow up a liquor store. And they soon take a family hostage, and the family is a pastor and his 2 children, and you see their dynamic with this family, and they need this family to take them to Mexico because they have a consort named Carlos who is going to take them to El Rey. El Rey is paradise, basically, and they need it because of Richie. Richie is having hallucinations, everyone thinks he's crazy, so they need El Rey. And plus they're going to get $33 million, so yeah, I would go to Mexico too. But then they quickly discover that things aren't as they seem, and they quickly become involved with culebras. They're basically snake vampires, which I like to call them snake pyres. It's a badass show. You should watch it. It was written and produced by Robert Rodriguez, the original director of the original film, so definitely check it out if you need some badassery in your life. The next show I have to recommend is Black Mirror. Black Mirror is an anthology series. Every episode's different, and it's about how technology has a negative effect on our lives. And definitely makes you think twice about checking your Facebook after watching each of these episodes. They deal with pretty heavy topics like infidelity, what you would do to save someone, stuff like that. And these episodes have amazing actors cast in them. Some of the actors featured are Donald Gleason, Haley Atwell, Jessica Brown Finley, John Hamm. I do have to say the first episode is probably the weakest, so if you can power through that or just skip the first episode, I would recommend that. That is basically Swinegate, and it's pretty gross, actually. But every other episode is pure magic. It's a very weird show, I have to say it. It's very, very, very freaking weird. But it's so chilling, it's so thrilling, it's so well done. You definitely need to see Black Mirror if you're into science fiction at all. The next show I have to recommend is Orphan Black. Orphan Black centers around a group of clones, all played by the same actress, the fantastic Tatiana Maslany. And Orphan Black is mostly centered around how these clones are getting to know each other and coming to the terms of the fact that they are clones. But it also deals with the fact that they have to continually run away from this group of people called neo-evolutionists, who basically just want to get them and do a bunch of scientific experiments on them no matter what would happen. And it deals with topics like religion and politics and stuff like that. It's a very well done, smart show. It is very science fiction-y. And you do have to pay close attention to these episodes because it deals with a lot of heavy themes, but if you can do that, this is such a mind-blowingly amazing show to watch. And plus, Tatiana Maslany is a goddess for playing all these different roles, so you owe it to yourself to watch the show and have your mind blown to smithereens. The next show I have to recommend, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen it already, is Bob's Burgers. If you don't know what Bob's Burgers is about, it's about a family who they have just recently opened up their own burger shop, and they're trying to get this off the ground and be successful, and a bunch of stuff happens, and every episode deals with how they're screwing things up with the restaurant, or at school, or with friends or family, and it's just hilarious. I love the Belcher family. Tina is my freaking spirit animal, and I just adore this stinking show. It's one of the only comedies I find funny. It is animated, by the way, and I just love how well done it is. I love the voice actors, and I love, love, love the humor, and I'd highly recommend it to people. And the last show I have to recommend, because you have never heard me talk about this show, is Outlander, which is available only on Amazon Prime to stream. Outlander. If you don't know what Outlander is, because why would you? Because you've been watching my videos for a while and I never talk about it. Outlander is the story of a combat nurse named Claire Randall. Claire is on her second honeymoon with her loving husband Frank. They find standing stones at Craignadoon in Scotland. Long story short, she travels back in time from 1940 to the 1700s, where she meets the amazingly handsome and sweet and perfect Jamie Fraser, and they're dealing with the upcoming Jacobite Rising. They're dealing with Black Jack Randall, who I just want to... It deals with their love story and how Claire has to decide between going back to Frank in the 1940s or staying with Jamie in the 1700s. It's such a fantastic show. It deals with so many amazing themes. It's just mind-blowing. It's so beautiful. Everyone's fantastic. All the actors are amazing. I love them all so much. It does have some trigger warnings, I do have to say. This show has trigger warnings for abuse, for rape, and other really heavy topics. So if those are triggers for you, maybe avoid the show. But everyone else should watch the show because it's freaking amazing. It has the best theme song of all time. Sing me a song. I'm sorry for murdering your ears. And it's just so beautiful. Please watch it, please. I need someone else to fangirl over Jamie with. So those are 10 shows you should definitely check out. There's pretty much something for everyone. Let me know what shows you think I should binge watch. because I always need new recommendations because I have no life and I need more shows to watch to fill up the empty void of my life. In the comment box down below. If you like this video, please leave a like. Favorites to your friends and family, see, share me if you want to, and don't forget to subscribe because you can get way more recommendations if you subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this where I recommend stuff or list stuff or, you know, just be weird, leave a like because that lets me know you want to see more. I'm gonna go. I love each and every one of you so much. Thank you so much for watching my goofy self. Peace and kisses.